Hello, today I will be talking about the playwright Wendy Wasserstein, and I am Corrina Hernandez. Oh, okay, so a little bit about Wasserstein's background. She was born in Brooklyn, New York on October 18th, 1950. She moved to the Upper East Side of Manhattan at age 12. Her mother was a stay-at-home mom who was very passionate about dance and theater. So she took Wendy to weekly lessons at the prestigious June Taylor School of Dance, which did have a big role in her future as a playwright. Her father was a textile factory owner. A little bit about her later life. She became pregnant through IVF treatments, and she gave birth at age 48. Um, Her daughter was born prematurely, whose father remains unknown to this day. She died later in 2006 on January 30th at age 55 from lymphoma. And this here is just a photo of her. So a little bit about her education and early work. She was a history major at Mount Holyoke College in South Hadley, Massachusetts. You will see that this does come up later in one of her plays. She did have a summer opportunity for Congress internship, which she did not fully look forward to. A friend did suggest that they take playwriting classes together instead. And then later, after her graduation here in Massachusetts, she started to study creative writing at the City University of New York. She did this with her friends Joseph Heller and Israel Horowitz. They joined her, and those were just some important friendships that she had at that time. She wrote her first play there for her master's thesis in 1973, which was titled Any Woman Can't. And then later she joined the playwriting program at Yale School of Drama. And here's just another photo. So, a little bit about her theatrical career. The trajectory of Wendy Wasserstein's career was mentioned in the Jewish Women's Archive, stating Wasserstein made a special place for herself in the American theater by being one of the first women to stage women's issues with the astute and comic eye of a social critic, as her characters, accomplished women who were trying to find fulfillment in their personal and professional lives, discover that it is impossible to have it all. They gain a better understanding of who they are. So she really, really wanted to focus on women in her writing. Some of her plays include Any Woman Can't, and this was written and published in 1973. Uncommon Women and Others, which was 1977 and premiered at the Phoenix Theater in New York City. Isn't It Romantic in 1981 and premiered at the Playwrights Horizon in New York. Tender Offer from 1983. The Man in a Case from 1985. The Heidi Chronicles from 1988, which premiered at the Playwrights Horizons in New York City as well. The Sisters Rosenwig from 1992, An American Daughter from 1997, Old Money from 2000, Psych and Love from 2004, which premiered at the Tribeca Theater Festival, Welcome to My Rash in 2004, and Third, which was 2004 in Washington, D.C., and then 2005 off Broadway. Some of the awards that she has received include the Tony Award, the Pulitzer Prize, the New York Drama Critics Circle Award, 2 Drama Desk Awards, the Outer Critics Circle Award, and the Susan Smith Blackburn Prize. Here are some reviews from IMDb. This one on the far left was written November 9, 2011. There was no rating, but at the end, the critic says this is a funny and wistful of a Seven Sisters College and how our society has changed. A highlight is the funny song, We're Saving Ourselves for Yale. The play was staged in Broadway in 1977, where Glenn Close played Layla. The second review in the middle at the bottom was from May 30th, 2008, and it was a 9 star. They really enjoyed this play, they thought it was brilliant. And then finally, on the right, we have a review from 2005. There was no rating, but there was mention of a spoiler and a factual error. It was about how Wasserstein include the Islamic religion and how divorce was not allowed or can never get divorced. And it says, given this movie was made a while ago, I guess the ignorance about Islam propaganda against it is not a new thing. And it just goes to explain that women can get divorced for many reasons. So, and then these are reviews from Goodreads from her play called Third. We have a 2 star in the middle. We have 4 stars on the very top and 5 stars at the bottom. So her plays are very versatile for her audience. Many love it, some come across they don't enjoy it. It's the critics have mixed reviews. So the top one just expressed that this play was intelligent. For some reason, there's word that comes to mind to describe this play. She is very much a feminist, as I can cover that in this presentation as well, who carefully constructs her plays to reflect those ideals and even comments on them in a critical way. The 2 star said, I would put 3 stars, but it just feels too high regarding the play felt like getting hit across the head over and over again with the same message of don't judge others. And then finally, the 5 star review is further proof of the theory that all playwrights write the same play over and over again. I thought this play was structurally tight and one of her most satisfying plays. So, as you can see, her plays do get mixed reviews. The critics really seem to lean both ways, but I have mostly seen higher reviews, reviews that love her work. So, a bit into her philosophy, Wasserstein wrote plays because she wanted to shine a light by using her writing to focus on the unfair and unjust inequities between men and women in the American society. She really, really hated the fact that women just did not get treated fairly. They were overlooked, they were overseen, they were not respected, and she wanted to make a change. Some examples of this philosophy in her play Uncommon Women and Others, which we covered in class, can be seen through the character Rita Altabel, who commonly has frank discussions about sexuality and how it highlights the double standards between men and women. I love that she did this because, again, she wanted to highlight how important it is that women and men are seen equal. The setting, as I mentioned earlier, is where she attended college at Mount Holyoke College. And despite the academic excellence, students are coached to find suitable husbands rather than pursue careers. And thirdly, in the classroom discussions, male professor opinions carry more weight than female students' research. And then into her play, The Third, I will discuss a few examples of this as well. Professor Laurie Jameson's character is a feminist professor at an elite liberal arts college. Jameson represents a woman who has achieved institutional power, which at the time was very rare. And again, she wanted to use her voice. Wasserstein wanted to use her voice to impact women and let them know they can do this. They have the power to become influential in their careers, in the industry of writing. And so, on the second example, in faculty meetings, male voices dominated despite women's presence. So, even though she portrayed Professor Laurie Jameson, she really wanted to still highlight the issues because she wanted to show that women can get there despite men still being dominant. She wanted to show to be confident, which goes into the third point that Professor Laurie Jameson's character has a defensive posture to reveal the precarious nature of women's authority in male dominated institutions. I really love that Wasserstein wanted to prove to women and let them know that they can do whatever they want to do and make an impact while doing it. So, a little bit about her historical and cultural context. Wendy Wasserstein was relevant at the time she started writing plays because she wanted to make an impact in theater for women, as I have mentioned. She recognized how often they were mistreated, disregarded in the industry. She's still very relevant because her feminist work inspired others and paved the way for upcoming playwrights and directors. Nowadays, you can see many, many women acting in movies and plays on Broadway. She's really impacted the world in the aspect of how women can get out there and achieve these goals, achieve these roles. So, and then here are some of my sources.